Welcome to a new video. I've decided to upgrade my van, so I've got a swivel base on the driver's side now. I've purchased this swivel base from Jennings. It's the FASP driver's side base, and I plan to fit it under my seat here. I had held off because I have a leisure battery under there, and when the seat's right back it gives me a bit better access to the battery, but I found out that I've got a spare cable which came with my battery charger, which I can leave on there permanently, so that should resolve that issue of charging my leisure battery. So time to crack on with getting this new base on. Part one is to remove the bolts from the bottom of the seat. They're situated just under here in the runner. I believe they were different on the passenger side because I think I reused the bolts. I can see them down here. They were silver bolts, unless I've just used them from somewhere else on the van. These particular ones take a T40 star head screw, so I'm going to crack on with getting these removed so I can take the seat off the base. So these are the 4 bolts I've removed from the seat. Just a little gotcha: before you go pulling the seat away, you need to disconnect this, which is for the SRS light. It connects into the bottom of the chair, so you need to make sure that's unplugged. So a little job I'm just about to do before I go putting the base on. I'm going to attach this from my C-Tech charger onto my battery, which is held in here by a case. Case I got off eBay, and I actually glued that case to the floor, and it seems to hold the battery really secure. I did have to chop down these bolts to get them to fit underneath. So I'm going to leave this came with my C-Tech charger. I'm going to leave this permanently connected. It's got a little plug on the end to stop anything from getting inside there, in case I need to charge my battery at any point. Okay, so I've finally sorted out my electrical connections, and I've got the little SRS cable which needs to be fed back through the middle and plugged back in once I've put the chair on. So this is the base in its position which I plan to put it in. As I did with the passenger side, the base is actually around the opposite way to the instructions, and this handle here is situated towards the back and not towards the front, which I think is where it's supposed to be. But I found that when it was around the way it should be, the base was catching and wasn't rotating properly. So I'm going to install it this way, and I'll show you how it goes. So I've just finished bolting the seat onto the swivel seat base. The bolts I've used I ordered from Jennings with the seat. This was an option. You just need to make sure you're using high tensile bolts as per the instructions. Make sure, as I have, you've got the bolts up this way, because I found that if you have them around the other way, they stop the seat from swiveling around, so you have to be a bit careful about that. It's also best to bolt the seat, the rear ones on before the front ones. Otherwise you can't get to the rear bolt positions. The seat's back in the van. I've bolted it back down. The back, I've used the bolts that I took out, but at the front I've used some different bolts that I got when I fitted the seat on the other side, because it's a bit more tricky to get to, so when you're using a spanner it's easier to screw down. I have spent a lot more time on this than I thought, because I haven't been able to get the seat to swivel all the way around. I've tried the base in various different positions, and unfortunately it's been a bit of a fail. So I'll swivel the seat round and I'll show you what it looks like. This is the best position I could achieve with the chair, so I can still use it for storage and I can still sit there, but it's as you can see, it's not swiveled all the way around like the passenger one. It was catching on the bottom bracket here. If I turned the base around where it should be. I guess they're made for seats which weren't originally on a base from a panel van, so this was previously a panel van, so I've got this additional bracket in the back. So the only way to resolve that would be to change the whole of this to 2 individual bases for captain seats. But I quite like the storage that's underneath it, so I don't plan to change it. This is okay for me. It still enables me to sit facing the other direction if I want to, and also when we've got it in camper mode, I've got a bit more storage space, so this will be okay. It's not ideal. Just be aware before you pay out the money. Thanks for your time.